I'd like to be pardoned if possible. We experienced some difficulty in the studio, and I had to pick up where I left off in the last video, in which I don't even remember where I was at. But thank you for bearing with me in these trying times, under these circumstances. But on another note, I did take the time to eat and gather myself again as I bring you guys these last two cognitive distortions, as well as dive into some ways that we can build self-esteem. Although building self-esteem in itself is a whole nother video. Now, if I'm not mistaken, okay, yeah, I was at labeling. So that means that now I'm at jumping to conclusions. Jumping to conclusions is cognitive distortion. We all know somebody that jumps to conclusions, no matter what the situation may be, no matter what the circumstance, no matter the severity of the situation, whose character is in question, jump to conclusions. Every boyfriend's had a girlfriend jump to conclusions. Every girlfriend's had a boyfriend jump to conclusions. We all know somebody, we all know people that jump to conclusions. However, it's a distortion because just because your brain put 2 and 2 together and made it 7 doesn't mean that that's actually what 2 and 2 is. So that would be a distortion. And it backs low self-esteem because it's like, hey, if I could just tell myself this, I don't really have to go through the knowledge of finding out that I'm wrong because I just jumped to a conclusion. I feel like I'm right. Last but not least, for your 10th distortion, you will have disqualifying the positive. And disqualifying the positive it's a form of minimizing and magnifying, but magnifying and minimizing is selective. Disqualifying the positive is just when no matter how much good you do for somebody, all they see is what you don't do, or the times where things didn't go right, or in their favor. And you don't really want to kind of walk around with these kind of ways of thinking, but we do, and you gotta manage it. It's something that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. With that being said, let's return to a lighter note, which should be building self-esteem. And building self-esteem will be described by me as defending yourself against your own thoughts, rationalizing the negative emotional reactions through their distortions. And nurturing also helps build self-esteem. So if I wanted to build self-esteem, I would definitely do something I'm good at, because if you do things you're good at, you find purpose there. It makes you kind of feel fulfilled if you got a hobby. Or if you don't have a hobby, find one. Everyone should have a hobby. Something they like doing in their spare time, be it like art, playing, ball or something like that. And technically, you really don't even have to be good at your hobby. It's just something that's not stressful to you. Something you like doing that's not stressful. Gaining new experiences, going new places, traveling, going out to eat to new restaurants, exciting your taste buds. That's always good, especially to help you stop thinking negatively of yourself. But also, you can adopt a rescue pet. One of those like cats with like a missing paw or something. And that'll help you express love, build esteem, specifically because not only are you nurturing, but you'll see how the cat that's missing a paw got to adjust its life to feel worthy of life, because it can't just walk like, it can't walk on all fours like every other cat can. So if it has a handicap, then that handicap is going to make it triumphant. It can't give up. It still has to walk.